Second half of our girls district basketball doubleheader at Ashland pairs conference rivals Bellevue and Perkins for the third time this season. These two teams met in this game last year where the Pirates pulled off a huge upset. So who will advance to Saturday's final to take on the Shelby Whippets? We'll find out right after the break. Live and free girls high school tournament basketball on the way from Arrows Arena. Next. Familiar foes Bellevue and Perkins getting reacquainted on the hardwood for a third time this year, with the winner taking home the prize of a district title shot. Good evening, folks, and welcome to Arrows Arena. My name is Brian Skowronski, joined by the amazing Zach Massa here tonight. And we will quickly pause for honoring America, the playing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Get back to our pregame coverage. We have paid our respects to the red, white, and blue and now ready to get tournament action underway. And it's always fun when conference rivals get to meet during the playoff time, Zach. That was the situation last year when the Pirates pulled off a big upset over, I believe, Bellevue was ranked #2 in the state at the time. But typically, this is a Redmond team accustomed to making deep tournament runs, especially under Corey Santoro. I mean, they've really done some nice things with this girls basketball program.
Oh, yeah. Bellevue, they might as well put district semi on the schedule each year.
It's in there.
Because they've made it the last 10 years in a row. So this is nothing new to any of them. And in those 10 trips, they've been able to make it to the regionals 5 times and even take it to the Great 8, 4 of those 5. So, this is nothing new to them. This is just another regular season, regular time game. And, they get to play a conference foe that they get to see for the third time. That when they played earlier this season, Bellevue handled things pretty well in the first game, but then when they came back, Bellevue was only able to win by 2, 49-47. So it'd be interesting to see if any of that closeness rolls over into the tournament play.
And close to being a perfect player offensively for the Redmen this year, Corey Santoro, arguably the top offensive scorer in all of the entire district. And, along the big part of the state, too, 28 points per game for her, Zach. So, that's just a player that you have to game plan for. There's no two bones about it. You can't just think that you're going to man her up. She's going to get hers.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt about it. As I've used the cliche before that they used to say in Sports Center, you can't stop her, you can only hope to contain her. That, if you can keep her around, just even around her average and keep everyone else in check around her, then you're doing a good job. So at 28 points, and then the next closest person is 9 points with Emma Bollinger. So that's definitely your main focus on your game plan.
It looks like we have our rosters flip-flop there, so the starters for the Pirates on the other side, Bellevue should be on the opposite end. And for them, Cameron Kaufman is their leader, 12 points, 8 rebounds per game. But outside of that, they got quite a few girls averaging 4 or more. So for Perkins, they're kind of offense by committee. They've got girls that'll get hot at times, be some big producers.
And just the opposite of, scheduling. When you're game planning against Bellevue, you've got Santoro. But when you're game planning against a scoring by committee, you never know who it's going to be. So you've really got to prepare for the entire team, and you can't just make one player your focus.
So we are just about set for tip, the second half of our doubleheader here from Arrows Arena. Saw the Shelby Whippets a 15-point winner over Mansfield Senior in our first game tonight. So Shelby moving on to the district championship. We'll find out right here now who is going to get the opportunity to face them for the district title on Saturday. Going to have Kelly Baker jumping things off against Gabby Turner in the middle. And the back tap won by Perkins. So they'll be on offense first. See if they can't get off to a nice hot start here. I think that's always so key if you're an underdog. Take some of the doubt out of your own mind. Get some baskets. Get the good juju flowing.
Yeah, see the ball go through the hoop a few times. Build that confidence, and then just realize you're just playing another team.
There's a strong spin inside by Brenna Jenkins, but she lost the handle. And so Bellevue, their first offensive possession. See Santoro back it up. And then gives off to Marley Ruffing. Looking that far side of the court. 3-ball on the way. Back iron from Bryn Vogel. Somehow able to chase down her own miss. Possession staying down here with the Redmen. Santor taking her time, assessing the defense. Locked up with Ullery. As that one finds the bottom, Bullinger from long range. First 3 points belong to Bellevue. Another strong drive by Brenna. This time tipped out of bounds by Bellevue.
Perkins trying to attack the basket early, get something established on the inside. See how that keeps going for him.
Excellent screen in the setup. Kate Ullery, the freshman, with the first points of the night for the Pirates.
Beautiful little cross screen, and Bellevue just got lost there on her for the wide open layup.
Bellevue works it around, back into the hands of Santor, uses the screen, steps into a three, and banks it home. Okay.
We saw one of those in the first game tonight, too, and you don't expect to see those all season, let alone two in the same night.
I didn't see her call glass, though, Zach, but when you're that gifted of an offensive talent, sometimes things just go your way.
They just fall for you.
See the Redmen switching everything out on the perimeter right now. Pirates want to get it down on the block to Baker. Having a hard time making that entry pass right now. Good pressure out on the perimeter. And a kick here from Vogel.
Now, you don't average 28 points a game by just shooting nothing but layups and free throws. The three-point shot is something that Corey's not afraid of, as he's attempted over 130 of them this year.
There's a strong drive, and Kendall Zayer, another freshman, getting involved here early at the charity stripe. 2 shots coming her way. Zayer comes up short with the first offering, still has one more. And she's able to bury the second, so trims it back down to single possession game. Just over 2 minutes gone by here in semifinal number 2. Santoro again off the screen, quick trigger. You mentioned she's not shy about lighting it up from long range. Teammate Bullinger down on the floor, or Vogel rather. And Coach Santoro is going to take a timeout.
30-second timeout.
Just a 30.
Yeah, Santoro shooting 33% from behind the arc. She's made 44 threes, 149 twos, and 161 free throws.
Wow.
So almost 600 points on the season coming into tonight.
Always known for her attacking, driving ability, even when she was a young player. And if you're not familiar with the Santoro name, you certainly are if you're from the Bellevue area. But if you're tuning in and you don't know, I mean, what a family of basketball athletes. Older sister right now at Kent State, getting some action as a freshman. And then the eldest sister of the three playing for Ohio State. So some pretty good genetics. And I imagine, I'm not sure if Corey is committed somewhere, but probably a lot of D1 offers in her future if she doesn't have one yet. Going to be a traveling violation. This one's going to go against Gabby Turner. And the full court pressure being put on here now by the Redmen. It's just man-to-man, though, as they drop back. Ullery able to break it with the dribble, but makes a bad pass, trying to find Zaire. And the two freshmen just can't connect there.
And so far, both teams defensively, neither one doing anything super special. Just staying normal man, matching up with them. Just playing good help side, though, for the Perkins.
There was Vogel chased off the line. Offensive board created by Turner. The kick out, halfway home, but how about a third opportunity? Santoro inside, missed that one too. And it's chased down by Kaufman, pushing the pace. Crossover into the lane. Her first bucket of the night. Corey off the drive, wild shot. Lost her balance a bit there as drew a lot of attention. Kochek calling for Brenna Jenkins to get him into a set here. With Bellevue switching everything on the perimeter, the screen's not quite effective right now for the Pirates. But they're going to get an open look here for Jenkins. Can hit the follow off target 2 for Kaufman. Corey stepped through, but got her shot blocked from the backside by Baker. Nice take inside. Zaire, her first field goal of the night, and the first lead for the Pirates.
Yeah, you can see what Perkins' game plan is this just attack, 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 go after those rebounds, get those second chance opportunities, and limit Bellevue on theirs.
Off the screen, good feed to Vogel, came up short with the shot attempt, and it's one and done, the board to Kaufman. Really versatile player, 5'7" sophomore, leads them in rebounding, even though she's more of a perimeter player. Reach in foul, gonna go against Bollinger.
Yeah, she kind of got caught on the switch right there. Wasn't sure if she's going to trap, if she's going to stay with her, and just bumped the ball out of bounds, picked up the foul.
So a nice start here if you're a Perkins Pirate fan, as we're under 3 minutes to go in the first. They've got possession, 1 point lead. Great sail inside, and free throws coming up here for Kelly Baker.
Yeah, that backside was wide open. She had that seal looking for that nice little lob pass in. Just a little bit out of reach that she could just take it up and go, but still got the foul and to the charity stripe for 2.
Baker with the clear size advantage in the lane for the Pirates. We'll see if they can take advantage of that. Listed at 6'1". And the junior forward splits the pair. Vogel with the kick out. Turner, quick trigger. No good, but the long rebound collected by Molly Foose. Another three. It won't fall, but third opportunity here for the Redmen. They've done this a couple of times. Santoro, another wild shot as the Pirates, they're not lifting off and jumping at her, but they turn it over in transition. Ullery kind of caught in between a pass, a shot, didn't really know what she wanted to do with it.
Yeah, she wasn't quite sure. She was able to get the drive, but then just, like you said, defense collapsed on her, and that seems to be what Perkins' defensive philosophy is right now is, you know, they know she can shoot it, You know, but they let her drive a little bit, playing a lot of help side defense so they can collapse in and make her force her into those tough shots.
Corey matched up with Jenkins. They send the double team over, so she's got to give it up. Now another three going to be launched here. Air ball that time, but the offensive rebounds adding up, and the jump shot good for Corey.
Yeah, Corey recognized where the defense was on that and stopped just below the elbow before she got into him, was able to just stop and pop.
Santoro ties things up. 8 all here. She's got 5 of Bellevue's 8. And a nice feed inside. Buckets. Falls for Kaufman. She wasn't even expecting that pass. I mean, that was a nice delivery. Santoro threw it away. Out in transition. Here comes Kaufman looking for back-to-back buckets, and she will with the bunny.
Way to gather herself, get that jump stop, control, go up, make sure you get the guaranteed 2 instead of just forcing something up out of control.
Santoro going to be sent to the free throw line. Fouled by Baker. I think she was a little bit rushed on that one. She had a great head fake. Probably should have let the defender go by. Could have banked it in for an easy one. Instead, Santoro at the line where she's been plenty this year.
Yeah, 182 attempts, shooting 88%.
Wow. Wow.
That's old Mark Price numbers right there. I think I might have just dated myself.
I'm sure there's a lot of old school Cavs fans out there tuning in to tonight's live stream. And we do appreciate every last one of you enjoying this contest live and free on the OH Report on YouTube and Facebook. So go ahead, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from, who are you cheering for, who's your favorite player, and you just might make it onto tonight's Fan Zone. Kaufman, excellent kick out. Zaire, short with the 3. And a long rebound, nobody collects it. So it'll be Bellevue basketball. Trailing by 2, 45 seconds to go here in fast-moving first quarter.
Yeah, look for Zaire to get a few more of those open three-point looks. She's the main three-point shooter for Sandusky Perkins.
Blocking foul there, second team foul against the Pirates. It's going to be the first to go against Brenna Jenkins. The lone senior on the squad. So plenty of youth out on the floor for these Pirates. And competing right now very well against the number 2 seed in Bellevue. Looking to knock them off in tournament play for the second consecutive season. But man, how about the offensive board work being done right now by Bellevue? Don't have a ton of second chance points, but they're certainly getting after all these loose balls. Santoro, step back 3. Back iron. Now a chance for the last shot for the Pirates. As Zaire lets it fly at the horn, in and out, and that takes us to the end of one with Perkins on top, 12-10. Got a 2-point game as we open up quarter number 2. It's going to be Redmond basketball, trailing 12-10 here at Arrow Arena. Girls Division II district semifinals. Winner looking to move on and take on the Shelby Whippets on Saturday afternoon for the championship. As Corey drives, hard bank off the square, and shout out to Matt McKenzie for dropping some knowledge to me on the messenger, letting me know that she is committed to Clarion University, a Division II school from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yep.
And for any of you that were trying to find the Colonel Crawford Margaretta game, unfortunately, we were not admitted access tonight to Shelby High School. Turned away at the door, so sadly, we do not have the live and free coverage there, but you can enjoy free girls basketball right here on this stream. And we've got a good one so far, just a 1-point game. And this is a feisty Perkins team. I'm a little surprised, actually, from what we've seen from them through a quarter and about 30 seconds here, that they just won 3 games in their league this year, Zach. 6 overall. I mean, they got some good-looking players.
Yeah, they're not rolling over at all. They're not, they're not bowing down or anything to the history of Bellevue. So they're scrapping.
Creating turnovers. Kaufman made it happen, and then Jenkins on the other end. So the Pirates stay on top, extend their lead back out to 3. Nice hesitation, Bullinger. Beautiful play right there.
And as we mentioned earlier, Perkins, these two teams played twice earlier in the season in the conference. Perkins losing by 13 in the first game, but only 2 points in the second game.
So Coach Brian Heck, perhaps figuring a little something out after the first matchup that they implemented in the second, and so far, so good for them here in round 3. Kaufman matched up with Santoro, calls for the screen from Baker. Now she cuts through. Skip pass ends up in the hands of Ullery here. Coach Santoro asking for his kids to just sit down and guard. Zaire goes over the top of the restraint there, and as a freshman, we were talking there at the break, she's made, you said, 30-plus three-pointers. Nobody else on the team in double figures. That's a little surprising in 2020, 2021, when it's pretty much 3 and D for a lot of these schools.
Yeah, that's usually all you see everyone shooting is just 3, 3, 3. But, yeah, I think 6 might even be the highest number of makes.
Bit shocking, to be perfectly honest, when you hear that number. And not a very well-liked call here in this gym, as that's going to go against Bellevue and Gabby Turner. It's going to be the 15th foul, 2 on the Redmen. So the Pirates approaching the bonus situation here. Kaufman staying composed with Santoro on her. Now gets the switch with Turner. Gives it up, Ullery. Just keeping the floor spread right now is Perkins.
Yeah, Bellevue doing a good job keeping them on the perimeter, whereas earlier in the game, Perkins was making their money by attacking the basket. So they're making them just keep going around the outside right now, and that time forced them into a travel, trying to go a little too quick.
And you can tell that Perkins not real comfortable shooting from long range because everybody is catching and right away looking, how do I attack the gaps, which not necessarily a bad thing, just nobody in the triple threat position ready to try to knock down a 3 if they can.
Right.
Turner off the hesitation, bounce pass in traffic. Now Santoro out to the perimeter. And the pull-up J back iron. And another rebound by Kendall. Freshman playing some nice minutes here in the lane. Now here's Zier, gives it right back up to Jenkins. The senior attacks. Left hand too strong off glass. 2-on-1 here for Bellevue. And it's going to end up in the hands of Santoro. Wise decision. Corey up to double figures now.
Great 2-on-1 break. Make the defender decide what they're going to do. Jab. As soon as they make a move, kick it over. Wide open layup on the right side.
Kaufman off the double screen, sends it over to Jenkins. Now Zier from the corner. Five wide for this Perkins offense. Setting ball screens, just trying to keep the lane open for something just like that. Kendall Zier using every inch of the rim. Much to the liking of Coach Brian Heck, clapping it up over on that sideline and well dressed. You don't see a ton of coaches wearing suits these days with a tie.
No, especially rocking the three-piece.
It's a good look, throwback, dig it.
Now
Foul. Go ahead.
I was going to say, keeping on the attire there, you know, that is a staple. That's a staple over at the arena with the Ontario Warriors and Coach Baylog and their suits every time you see them, their professional look. But yeah, you don't see that as much in the high school level.
Bit of a lost art that I certainly appreciate. And, you know, I got a whole closet full of suits from my time working in TV, and now I'm just always a button-up, Zach. I need to get back to my roots. Might have to class it up. Oh, my wife, who's running the camera in front of me, she says, nah.
I've got my one suit at home, my wedding and funeral suit, and I'm good to go right there.
I thought, like ZZ Top said, doesn't ladies like a well-dressed man? Is that? No? Oh, so my producer says well-dressed doesn't have to be a suit and tie. Everybody against me dressing to the nine, Zach, so I'll just keep it the way that I am.
Nothing wrong with that.
Second free throw spins out. And now Perkins creating a Bellevue creating a fast break, but how about the quick hands there by Zier? Just swatted it away after the Redmen had like a 4-on-1.
Well,
just ill-advised pass. Words right out of our mouths,
the
right?
Exact same adjective.
Then Santoro makes them pay. Pushes Bellevue ahead, and this is where typically they feast on their opponents. They're a great second quarter team. This is where they score their most points. First quarter as well. Usually Bellevue's a great scoring team in the first. Didn't have their best offensive output here tonight. They're starting to find their stride a bit here over the last couple of minutes. Though they foul on the entry pass. And that's going to put them at the free throw line the rest of the way. Perkins in the bonus.
You mentioned a little bit ago and made a good point about the way Perkins is playing on the outside. You know, no triple threat. They're catching the ball standing up, or it's going straight above their head. They're even using their dribble to do any type of move. So it's pretty much a one-dimensional, I'm going to pass it attack.
Knocked down from the corner. Ringing the bell, Emma Bollinger. Just like that, Bellevue takes a 4-point lead. Starting to turn up the defensive heat, too. Dangerous pass tipped. Chased down, though, by Ullery. And you see right now, Bellevue, they've got the juice, man. They're flying all over the floor, trying to turn defense into offense. And certainly all these girls trained and equipped to get down the floor, fill their lane. We've seen them in the fast break be super efficient so far. Nowhere to go for Ullery, so Gives Desire up top now.
Nice backdoor.
Was for Kaufman, but halfway home. Offensive board work, and Baker with the putback.
Recognize the defender playing up high above that three-point line. Cut back door. Couldn't make it, but Perkins able to stay with that second chance points, keeping it down to a 2-point ball game.
Kelly with her first basket of the night, and I think as the night runs along, they're going to need her to do a bit more of that as the rebound comes down to the hands of Kaufman. They feed it inside to Baker, who drew a double team. Whistle's going to go against Bollinger.
Much to the dismay of everyone rooting for the red and white.
And I think that's the third foul on Emma, so she's likely going to have to check out. Been a nice offensive threat for them. 8 points. Her and Santoro, the only two that have scored so far. And that loose ball foul clearly going to go against Sydney Skelton.
Just the fourth foul on Perkins. They still got a couple to go before Bellevue shooting any bonus free throws.
Santoro picked up a half court by Jenkins. Waiting for something to develop. Now gets on the attack down the lane and banks it in and one.
The referee waved that off, actually said it was on the floor.
The official at half court initially said count the basket. It would have been more of a NBA and one style there, as I did think that she got fouled on the floor, so they'll have to inbound. But I always like the continuation. Give the offensive player the benefit of the doubt, Zach, you know?
That NBA continuation that if they're even thinking it, they'll give it to you.
Corey lets it fly. Not this time. Now Perkins with a 2-on-2. See how aggressive they get. Really tough shot there. Lifted up by Jenkins. It's back over to the Redmen.
Yeah, they just rushed that in there, trying to get it in there, trying to keep the game or get the game tied. The old John Wooden, be quick but don't hurry.
Corey draws a double. Now Turner. Over to Ruffing.
And the trap.
Just everywhere on the perimeter. And out of bounds back over to the Pirates. And boy, their fan section loving it. Bellevue fans not really loving that call. As Jenkins attacks, nearly got it to fall. Now a chance for the last shot here for Santoro as she pulls up, rims out, and that's going to take us to the break. Exciting first half of play, and a lot of aggravated people here in the bleachers. Coach Corey Santoro, too, thought that maybe his daughter got fouled in the last shot attempt. Nevertheless, that's going to take us to the end of two, and just a 2-point lead right now for Bellevue. We'll step away. When we come back, we'll break down the first half stats, give you some analysis, and get you ready for quarter number 3. You're watching live and free high school hoops exclusively on the OH Report. paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report. It's halftime here at Arrows Arena, where we've got a good game on our hands right now, folks. Round 3 of Bellevue versus Perkins, and just a 2-point game right now in favor of the Redmen. Let's take a look at those halftime stats. There they are, dropping out of the sky. And more field goals right now for Perkins. A slight rebounding advantage for Bellevue, but it's been tight all the way around. Neither team has really put together like a big run. Second quarter a little bit better for Bellevue. I'd say first quarter a little bit better for the Pirates.
Yeah, the first quarter of the Pirates, they were attacking, working to get inside. You know, as you can see there with the stats, 8 field goals, 0 threes. So, you know, you can tell where their game plan was, and it was working for them. Second quarter, Bellevue started putting up the defense, pressuring them a little bit more, getting after them, keeping them out of the paint. So they were really playing off the turnovers, and then the transition game, 2-on-1, that you can tell, you know, they know which lanes to run, when to pass, when to shoot, when to make the defender commit, and Bellevue's really taking care of it in the transition end. Yeah, that's where they get theirs, and always off to the races too. Anytime there's a rebound, you see everybody dead sprint, filling their lane. So obviously that's something that Coach Santoro has just embedded into this program. And for Perkins, they're hanging tough, man, right now. Offensively, not really getting great shots, keeping it around the perimeter, not looking for the three, but doing just enough to hang in there. And kids constantly trying to drive, at least, Zach. It's just a Bellevue. I mean, they're playing some pretty nice half-court man-to-man defense, switching everything, making it tough on the Pirates. Yeah, they're taking care. They're pushing them out, making them, like you said, they're switching defenders, making them pass the ball around the perimeter. We talked earlier, you know, Perkins when they catch the ball in that perimeter, they're not looking to be a threat other than a passer looking it in. So usually you like that. From a coach's standpoint, you like that when your team's trying to look in, but when you're doing it by standing up and there's no one inside to look into, they're playing 5 out, it's not helping your causes any. All right, that's going to break down your halftime stats. We're going to go ahead and send it to one more break. When we come back, we'll have third quarter action. Might even have an interview set up with head coach Brian Heck of the Perkins Lady Pirates. See what his thoughts are on the first half of play. Keep it here. Live and Free High School Hoops returns.
the OH Report.
Watching if you want to.
We've got your second half action live and free here from Arrows Arena. Perkins and Bellevue separated by just 2 points with just 2 quarters of play remaining. I'm Brian Skowronski, joined by Zach Massa here for the second half of our doubleheader from Ashland. Hasn't been a real pretty game offensively, but hard-nosed. Both of these teams getting after it. And it's going to be Bellevue basketball to open up the third. Right away, getting to work.
Yeah, right away, Corey Santoro going in, driving in middle of the paint, stop and pop. Not wasting any time, getting 2 extra points for Bellevue.
And statistically speaking, this is the worst quarter of play for Bellevue on the season. But they come out hot here, and some nice defense disrupting that by Vogel. Perkins, on the other hand, this is typically where they shine. Third quarter, their best scoring frame of the season. See if that holds true for them here tonight. And it looks like Bellevue sitting back a little bit more here, Zach. They're going to allow them to shoot the 3 ball, something that, well documented, they're not real comfortable doing outside of about 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, you could hear Coach Santoro yelling at them into a 2-1-2.
But this is the girl that can do it, Kendall Zier.
If anyone's going to, it's going to be her.
Corner pocket, 3 ball, good. Corey off the kick out, Turner unloads one, and she matches it. The answer at the other end.
Santoro doing more than scoring, getting into that paint, sucking in the defense, and kicking it out for the open three.
Zaire left all alone. I saw Coach Santoro beside himself, and somehow, some way, it finds its way through the bottom.
Yeah, Coach Santoro was literally at the check-in X at half court, trying to get his team to recognize that open corner.
The one girl that you can't leave alone for the Pirates. No defender anywhere near. And this time Turner, bit too pumped up, I think. And this one too, way too strong from Kaufman. Santoro on the leak out. Easy buckets.
Good, calm, collective. Had a defender chasing right down with her. Not worried at all, going up for the layup.
I seen Corey got a little bit of that Michael Jordan going on, had the tongue hanging out there. So the Pirates so far have been attacking this zone look from Bellevue with the three-pointer. Something that's been really rare so far tonight. This has been a common sight, though. Corey Santoro getting out in transition. She's got 16 of the 27 for Bellevue. But that's kind of their standard, man. I mean, the kid almost averages 30 per night.
Yeah, when you got that and the next closest at 9, you know, she's going to have most of your points. So, like we said earlier, you're probably not going to stop her. You just want to contain her and just hold everyone else down below their averages.
Santoro's hesitation and then gets into the lane. See what the Perkins Pirates dial up here for an answer. It's going to be a travel. Olery giving it away.
Yeah, Bellevue back matched up, but playing heavy help side. They know the scouting report and the stats on Perkins and the three-point shots that odds are if they do get that skip pass, they're going to be able to close out on them.
Foul on the drive there for Santoro. It's going to go against Jenkins. And Corey really sold that one. Gave it a little head flip. Had that ponytail flopping around. Deep two on the way. Loose ball foul. Looks like it's going to go against Bellevue, and it will. It's on Gabby Turner. It's going to be her third.
Yeah, she had a little bit of a push in the back. Giving the ball back to Perkins.
Pirates trailing by 5. Still trying to figure out the best way to attack this 2-3. So far, it's been Kendall Zaire knocking down long-range shots. And nice hustle right there. Gabby Turner creating a new possession here for the Redmen.
Yeah, Gabby just has that one three-point bucket for the whole game, but she's been getting it everywhere else with the hustle on the defensive end and getting on the rebounds.
Santoro spinning, kicking out now. That one unloaded and sizzling the bacon. Emma Bollinger. Biggest lead of the night for either side. Great drive and answer, though, by the senior, sensing it kind of getting away. Steps up, gets a big bucket. Turner thought about unloading that one. Now she will. 3 ball. Out of bounds. Back over to the Pirates.
Bellevue went on that run, but Sandusky Perkins, they did not let that phase them at all. They just took it in stride and kept attacking. And going to try to see what they can do now to keep attacking that zone.
They swing it this side, skip pass, Olery launches. Came up short, offensive rebound to Kaufman. And the last 4 points now all belonging to the Pirates. Much to the pleasure of Coach Heck. Hasn't stopped clapping for about 15 seconds. Turner showing some patience and then just gets it swatted out of midair by Baker. Back the other way. 2 shots coming up from the free throw line. They're going to belong to Cameron Kaufman.
Bellevue fouls on number 12, Molly Foos. Her first personal, team's third of the half. At the line shooting 2 for Perkins. Cameron Kaufman.
Coach Santoro asking for a little patience from his offense. As now we get a chance to possibly cut it back to a 2-point game.
It'll remain at 3 as splitting the pair there was Cameron Kaufman. Leading scorer is just a sophomore for this Perkins club. And we'll see if Coach gets his wish and if they're a little bit more patient here. And right on cue with 3, but it finds its mark. Bollinger for the second time here in the third. She's starting to heat up. 14 points now for Emma.
Bellevue flipping it up a little bit now into a 3-2, which is I kind of thought they had in their last possession as well.
Santoro, I thought, might have got away with a double dribble. Doesn't matter. Takes it in for the easy bucket, and look at the emotion. Bellevue wants this one bad. Cook their lead back up to their largest of the night, pushing it to an 8-point differential. And Corey Santoro just read that one all the way, able to take it in. She's been great, man. 20 points right now of the 37 for Bellevue. And it's just hard to find answer after answer for the Pirates, though they do have 2 players close to double figures, with Zaire leading the way at 11.
And it's been a game of runs. You know, Bellevue did this earlier. Got up by 8. It was a 2-point game, ran up by 8. Perkins was able to come back, get it with almost within 3 with the free throw that they missed. Could have made it 2-point game. Right there you go. 2 more possessions. You're back up 8 points again.
Pirates certainly have shown that they can take a punch here tonight. Do they have the counter punch left in them here over the last $1:51 of the third? Could be some critical minutes for Sandusky Perkins. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter in too deep of a deficit. Santoro and company going to turn up the heat. Full court man-to-man. And an offensive foul against Kaufman, who took a tumble at the end of the play. Santoro really sold it again, too.
It looked like she might have extended that arm a little bit. And usually, regardless of how much contact you make, if you get that arm extended, they're going to call that.
These Bellevue fans just flat out delighted over here, loving the call. Corey off the screen, drive, kick, Turner, all alone. Can't come through. Not a good pass there by Zaire. Intercepted, and defense into offense for Bollinger.
Now let's see how we can sustain this run. We hit 10 points.
Zaire chased off her spot. Now they get it inside. Up fake, kick out, clean look. And it goes through. Big three-pointer by Kendall. And it looks like the Bellevue bench calling for last shot here of the frame, and I always tend to agree with that if you can. Let these last 25 seconds come off. But it appears the Redmen trying to get their first best shot they can. As Corey launches and finds the mark.
I'm sure she's pretty much got the green light in any situation as they fall back into that 3-2.
Corey gonna pick up a bit of a cheapie here though, which is 5 seconds remaining in the third. Just touchy. Her first though.
A little touchy, that left hand on the back.
Defensive substitution. Kyra Henney is going to come in, as is Dom Wise. And why not? How about Marley Ruffing too? Big spot here for the Pirates. See if they can get some points here to close the frame. They will, plus another one potentially on the way for Kelly Baker.
And while they were waiting to get everything set up, I was looking at Kelly's stats, and I was sitting there watching as she was battling with Gabby Turner a little bit. That she's got that height advantage and those post moves. That could be a good matchup for Perkins to look at in the fourth quarter.
That's what's on the way here from Aero Arena. Keep it locked and loaded. Live and free Tournament Hoops will return right after this. Standing ovation for the second-seeded Lady Red as they have taken control of this game, outscoring Perkins by, 6 there in the third quarter. They're on top 42-34 as we open up fourth quarter action. Brian Skowronski, Zach Massa with you on the call. And a 3-ball on the way coming up short for Perkins. But a traveling violation.
Travel turnover. Bellevue came back out. They've been flip-flopping those zones each possession. They're throwing something different at them. They get used to seeing one thing, they throw something else at them. They had 2-1-2, 2-3, 3-2. So just exactly.
Sound like a phone number, Zach. Now they're in maybe a man-to-man. Hard to tell at this point. As this one flies and floats nearly out of bounds. And Perkins going to keep possession. Getting after the loose ball.
Still keep watching that down low. I haven't seen Perkins this year, so I don't know as much about the skill sets and everything, but you look down low and see Kelly Baker down there with a one-on-one situation.
That one pokes away from Ullery on the drive. And Santoro, man, she's just the fastest athlete on the floor. How many times have we seen that tonight?
So smart, just get out and run. Sometimes, the kids get caught watching everything, but she knows what to do to get out and run.
Really tough foul against Gabby Turner. is going to put Baker back on the line. But perhaps the Pirates see what you see. She's got the size advantage inside and attacking against Gabby, who now has 4 fouls.
Yeah, Kelly's only scoring 7.5 points a game and shooting 48% from the free throw line, but you got to look at those advantages that you may have and what they could do, even if she doesn't score, getting the foul trouble, possibly getting into the bench.
Knocks down her free throws as we have just under 7 minutes to go here. The winner, an opportunity to move on and take on the Shelby Lady Whippets for the Division II district title. And of course, Bellevue, a longtime rival of Shelby. They said bring on the Lady Red. Want a shot at them, but Perkins looking to flip the script. They want to be playing on Saturday afternoon. Though a bit of a tough, wild shot there by Brenna Jenkins leads to transition the other way. But Bellevue can't capitalize either. Vogel had options and elected to take it herself.
Good block there by Baker. Again, be quick, but don't hurry. Get those in, get set. There it is. Gather yourself up and in.
Right on cue, Cameron Kaufman pushes herself into double-figure scoring as she pushes her team back within 6. Three from the corner off the top of the backboard. Loose ball foul against the Pirates.
Referee signal number 10, but there is no 10 for Perkins on the floor right now.
So mystery player picking up the personal.
Perkins fouls on number 14.
Okay, so they'll change it to Sydney Skelton. Santora brings it back up top. One-on-one here with Jenkins. Bollinger, who's been red hot here in this second half. We're going to do some work off the dribble now. Running into some trouble. But a reach-in foul against Zaire.
Perkins is playing some great defense right there. Keeping them off balance, keeping them on the side, but then sometimes you just get too antsy and something hasn't happened for 30 seconds and you feel something's got to happen somewhere, so we got to make something happen.
It's almost got to be the recipe for him at this point, though, as it seems Coach Heck has recognized that you got to send those double teams, try to force Bellevue to play fast, be inefficient on the offensive end, and force some turnovers as they're trailing by 6. But still plenty of time here, Zach, so you don't have to get too ahead of yourself and go into full-on frantic mode, if you will.
No, not at all. It's only a 6-point game, 5:24 to go. It's 2-3 possessions. Ball can bounce either way. We've seen all kinds of silly stuff happen. Get a couple quick possessions, couple quick scores, and then it's just, who can finish it out at the end? Who can do the small things, which is really where everything comes down to.
Santoro switches courts over to Bollinger. Being defended well by Kaufman.
Coach Heck looking for the count, which I was right there with him. Thought there was plenty close enough that there should have been at least some count on that.
Perkins fouls on number 4, Brenna Jenkins.
Jenkins picks up the personal.
Team's 4th in the half.
Her 4th now. Team foul number 4 on Perkins. So they still have a couple of fouls to give. The next against Bellevue will put Sandusky Perkins on the line in the bonus. Great first step by Santoro. The shot a bit short. And now Baker hands off. Skelton lost the handle, but right into the hands of Zaire. He's going to try the lane. Tough shot over a double team. And Santoro on the leak out. Somehow she's always available, but this one spun halfway home and then out. And a foul against Skelton. Looks like Coach Heck's about to blow a fuse, and I think he's got a decent point.
Yeah, he definitely does.
But sometimes the great players just get bailed out. But this is one that you certainly don't want to put on the free throw line, as you alluded to, close to 90% on the season. And it's not a kid that's shot, 9 or 10 free throws, almost 200. Of course, I jinxed her, but Turner! And one! Gabby Turner, the Windex lady, taking the bump. And Skelton picks up another foul, puts her on the line.
She was talking with the referee for a long time there, trying to plead her case, but I've never seen that work, and I don't think tonight's going to be the night that I see the first time.
Perhaps they should create a version of basketball where you can state your case, and they'll listen to you, and they can overturn a call, Zach. That might be a version that I would be interested in checking out, as this one way too strong from Kendall. But Perkins, again, they've done pretty good job at that. Chasing down the loose balls, getting possession back.
So would you call that basketball court?
Ooh, now we're talking. Think we're on to something new. Producer says that gameplay might be a little bit longer than necessary. A lot of kids pleading their case all the time. And Kaufman going to go to the free throw line. Best case scenario for the Pirates is got a chance to eat away at this deficit with no time coming off the clock, as it's under 4 minutes to go.
Bryn Vogel picking up her third foul. Bellevue, that's their 7th. But Perkins has 6, so we're shooting the whole rest of the way.
Baker's dozen for Kaufman on the scoreboard. Her and Zaire have really carried the offensive load, combining for 27. Just 1 point better than Santoro on her lonesome. Corey still not at her season average yet.
Coach Heck stomping his foot over there. Thought there might have been a travel.
Now, uncharacteristically, Santoro lost the handle. Chooses to just foul there. Pulled Jenkins down with her. And that's going to put her on the line. 1 and 1.
Second personal, team's 8 of the half. At the line, shooting 1 and 1 for Perkins, Brenna Jenkins.
Big spot here for Brenna. She cannot deliver for her Pirates. And I think that's going to go against Skelton, and she's going to be done for the night. So Ullery will replace her. As it's 5 fouls, no points for Sydney.
Team 6 of the half.
Perkins wants a timeout. And they still have 1 more foul to give for the Pirates, was the confusion there.
30-second timeout.
Take 1 more look at the reach-in foul.
Pretty easy call, even from the back official, that really all he could see was the back of both players, but there was enough there.
And you got to give it to some of these Bellevue players out on the perimeter. I mean, that they really sell it. Probably some kids maybe in the drama club. little bit of acting in their background, Zach. It seems to pay off, though.
Yeah, you got to watch. They definitely have learned different tricks of the trade when it comes to acting and selling the fouls. And looking at the scoreboard now, they did put the 7th team foul.
So the plot thickens. Maybe they should be shooting a 1-and-1.
Because it was 7-6 earlier. And then I think the scoreboard operator accidentally put that Perkins foul under Bellevue, so it looked like it was still 9-6. So they got it straightened out now, and Bryn Vogel shooting the 1-and-1.
Bryn swishes the first. And boy, he just got deathly quiet in here.
Just thinking the same thing.
Pirates fans being very courteous. As she calmly knocks down the pair. Could have heard a cricket walk across the floor there. Zayre's going to let it fly. Not this time, in and out. Offensive board work, though, by Kaufman. And the second chance, not there.
Travel. Opportunities galore. They just keep giving them to him, giving them to him, and giving them to him.
Can the Pirates dig deep? Find an offensive spark here as we're down to 2:45 to go. District semifinal hoops from Ashland. Olery's going to attack, and how about the freshman coming up big? Her second basket of the night. And now for Bellevue. See if they can take some much needed time off the clock here.
Trap in the corner. Bellevue recognized it real quick, and Coach Santoro calling a 30-second timeout.
Boy, he was not happy with the other Corey for throwing it down into the corner there. Because very obviously, Perkins looking to trap all over the floor, and corner's not a good place to be when that comes.
No, that you got those two extra defenders called baseline and sideline, and yeah, that's where you defensively. That's where you're teaching everyone to push them.
So it'll be Bellevue basketball from down in the corner. Tough angle from there.
Yeah, it's always an odd inbound spot from those corners. You don't really know whether to call a baseline out of bounds under, call a sideline, see what they do, just simple pop out. Get the ball in play to get that clock rolling.
And trying to take it out of Santoro's hands right away, they do. Now Corey to Bollinger, pull up Jay wide open, and why not?
I was just getting ready to say that Corey wisely gave up the shot just to keep the ball moving, and then Bollinger stepped right in and knocked it down.
Pushes it back out to a 9-point deficit for the Pirates, starting to run out of time. But Roofing evidently was fouled there on that drive. I thought it was just poked away. So this is what you need if you're Sandusky Perkins, but you gotta cash in your free throws. They came up empty-handed on their last trip. See what Ullery does here. The lefty comes up short as well.
Just short.
Coach Santoro wants another timeout.
You got to wonder too how much fatigue factor might be setting in. You know, the bench hasn't really run that deep. They've been playing up and down a lot. Bellevue's been pushing the pace. You know, you notice those shots, the ones that miss, they've all been hitting front or just short.
And when you're playing in a situation, a track meet, always against Bellevue, can wear on you throughout the course of the night. So we'll see if the Pirates can dig deep here over the last $1.43, make things interesting. As the Shelby Whippets appear to be leaving the building, they've seen enough. I think they've
got an idea of who they're going to be playing Saturday night.
And it's the team they said they wanted. Didn't get a chance to play their longtime rivals during the regular season, so they may just get that shot on Saturday back here at Arrow Arena. Bellevue breaks the pressure easily. Now, not the girl that you want to foul, of course.
Not at all. But comes a point when you don't have a choice.
Well defended at least at first, but sometimes gifted offensive players just get theirs.
And with her free throw shooting percentage, you might as well just let her go in and shoot the layup anyhow, get the ball back.
Tough drive inside. Jenkins off the lip of the rim. And now you can start to sense it. It's the biggest lead so far of the game for the Redmen. Lady Red less than a minute away from getting that matchup with the Shelby Whippets.
Perkins trying to trap, trying to do something just to throw them off, but just can't get them set. Bellevue passing the ball around. Back to the free throw line.
It's going to be Emma Bollinger looking for points number 19 and 20. Got to knock down the first to get the second. And she will do just that. She goes 2 for 2, having a nice night. Definitely in the running for our player of the game, along with Corey Santoro. And she's got a blocked shot here at the other end.
A little icing on the cake right there. And
now you can start to sense it. Go ahead, drop us a comment, folks. Let us know who you think should be tonight's player of the game. And we will pick that person for an interview right after the end of regulation.
So looking ahead as we've got a 13-point lead here with 28 seconds to go. Looks like Bellevue is going to be heading to that 1-2 matchup with Shelby back here in Ashland, 7 o'clock Saturday night. A winner of that advances to Mansfield Senior High School, my stomping grounds for the regional.
That's right.
And it's a place that Bellevue is Bellevue's very familiar at playing. As they try to go for their 8th, 9th district championship in the last 11 years.
Wow. And perhaps the most surprising during that stretch was the one that they didn't get a season ago when these very Perkins Pirates upset them in tournament play. Not going to happen this year, as Bellevue going to go a perfect 3 for 3 against their Sandusky Bay Conference rivals.
And I haven't really looked too much at the other half of the bracket when it comes down to the regionals, but as I mentioned before and talking about them, two teams that Bellevue is glad they don't have to worry about running into. Willard, who's moved down to Division III this year, and their longtime foe, Toledo Rogers, has already knocked out of the tournament, so they don't have to worry about meeting them for the 8th time in the last 10 years.
That's crazy. Crazy how you can be that far apart geographically and still build a rivalry. But that's what's so great about tournament time. And the Redmen will live to play at least one more. Marching on to Saturday evening right back here at 7 p.m. as they take care of business 57-42. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we will have an interview with our player of the game. So stay tuned to find out who that is. And we will also have some post-game stats for you, so keep it locked in. Live and free post-game coverage rolls along on the OH Report.
No paywalls, just live sports, exclusively on the OH Report.
We are now back with our player of the game presented by Krogan Colonial Bank, and it is Corey Santoro. Fantastic performance, 30 points for you here tonight, right about at your season average. Tell me about kind of avenging the loss from last year in the playoffs where Sandusky Perkins upset you, and how satisfying it was to take care of business tonight.
I mean, last year was a really big upset because, like, we were first seed and we didn't expect that at all, but it felt good coming in here and beating them, so we were pretty excited about that.
A big second half push for you guys, and particularly in that fourth quarter. What did you guys do to build that big lead and ultimately knock them off?
Well, we were up by 2 points, and we knew that we needed to get that lead. And like Coach always tells us, like first 4 minutes of the second half and first quarter are like the biggest parts of the game. So like we knew we had to get that done, and then we switched up our defense a little, and it really frustrated them. So that helped.
Yeah, you guys were actually switching up your defense quite a bit, it looked like, from our perspective. How much do you think that really confused them and led to your success?
That had to confuse them because, I mean, they had to switch over their offense like every possession down the court because we switched it up like almost every other possession. So it really frustrated them, I think.
And for you, you always seem to be leaking out. You always get to the transition, easy buckets. Just tell me about that part of your game, and are you just always looking to get out on the wing?
Well, I mean, like, I'm the top girl in, like, all of, like, the presses, defense. Like, I'm always guarding the point guard. So, I mean, I'm always up there. And, like, I mean, if my teammate gets a steal, I'm going. So yeah, 30 points is right about at your season average. So, clearly you're the leading scorer on the team, and you're looked to produce a lot of offensive points. Tell me about just having that role and what it means to you that not only do you have that on your shoulders, but you come through more often than not. I mean, like, I know, like, I'm, like, our go-to player. So, like, in order for our team to succeed, like, I know I need to get that done, and that's my role in the team. So my coach expects that of me, and so do my teammates. So I know I have to get that done.
And not only your coach, but your dad. Tell me about how that relationship has, gone on over the last 4 years, and, where are you guys at now, maybe compared to when you were a freshman?
Freshman year is definitely different because, like, we didn't get along the best, just from me being kind of immature. And then this year we have a great relationship considering, like, I'm the point guard. And so, I mean, that has to help because we have to, like, connect really good running the point guard, so.
At the dinner table, you guys mostly talking basketball or kind of leave that on the court, yeah?
No, we talk about basketball, practices, everything.
And then finally, you get the Shelby Whippets. Didn't get a chance to play him during the regular season. I know that's a long-time rival. Just your quick thoughts on that game.
I'm excited. I think it should be a good game. Both good teams coming into the district championship, so I think it'll be a good game.
All right, well, we're looking forward to seeing you compete again on Saturday afternoon. Again, our player of the game, Corey Santoro. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, we'll go ahead and take one last time out. We'll be back. We'll wrap things up with final stats here at Arrow Arena. final segment of the night from Arrows Arena, and there are your final stats as Bellevue knocks off Perkins 57-42. And as we look at the tail of the tape here, Zach, I think kind of where it all went wrong for Perkins there in that second half. Gave it away a little bit too much and then just couldn't knock down the shots when they had them. We saw early there in the third quarter they were able to get some healthy threes, but then after that kind of dipped off. Bellevue ran away with the contest.
Yeah, they turnovers there towards the end as Bellevue picked up that energy. And then, as Corey was saying in her interview, and as we alluded to during the broadcast, with Bellevue just kept changing defenses on them. So they'd get used to, they'd see a 2-3 coming down the floor one time, so they'd think they'd get ready to pass the ball the same way, and then all of a sudden, Bellevue sitting in a 3-2. Then they go the other way, and they think, all right, we're going to get Baker sitting in the middle. We can get something thrown into her. Well, now they're in a 2-1-2. So she's got Sophie Turner right up on her the whole time. So I think that really threw them out of the rhythm there in that fourth quarter. Maybe even late in the third quarter, that they just couldn't make the adjustments. Obviously Sandusky Perkins is an attack team. They're not a three-point shooting team. As you can see on the stats, there's 7 for Bellevue and 3 for Perkins. But overall, and then even to the free throw line, 9-7. That's actually pretty even. Felt like Bellevue was at the line a few more times, but then you look at that rebound stat.
Yeah, that's a big one.
That's the one, 29-19. That's just jumping out at you, and a lot of second chance opportunities, and not only second chance, but third chance opportunities as well, to where they just kept battling until they could finally get that ball in the hole.
Well, the Lady Red are going to move on. They get a chance to take on the Shelby Whippets for the district championship. It's chalk, the top 2 teams in the district, where everybody kind of expected these two to meet to decide the Division II Ashland winner. Just your quick thoughts on that game coming up on Saturday night?
That's going to be a fun one. I tell you what, Shelby hasn't been to the district finals since 15-16, so this is a little uncharted territory for anyone on this squad. So no one on this squad has been this far in the tournament. Bellevue, like I said earlier, they just put districts on the schedule at the beginning of the year. They know it's going to be a 26-game season at least. So it's going to be interesting to see how they match up and keep going against each other.
Well, you can watch all the action live and free Saturday at 7 p.m. as we will be here for the contest. But that's going to wrap up our coverage for tonight here at Arrows Arena. Again, final score 57-42. Bellevue moving on to the district championship game as Corey Santoro, our player of the game, comes up with 30 big points. Want to thank everybody for making tonight's live stream possible, including our 2 camera operators, Jory Hollenbeck up top, Mason Neese was down on the floor, Jordan Lapata tracking stats for us here tonight, Adam Thompson directing and building all of our graphics. My name is Brian Skowronski for Zach Massa. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on a live stream near you real soon.